Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Excitech BIM 360 surgery. This morning it is number 26, and today we're going to take a look at templates and checklists. So today we're going to explore how we can use templates and checklists to use in the BIM 360 project management. So I'm in my regular 360 surgery project. I'm going to click into the field management module of 360, and this will quickly launch the field management module. You will see at the top of the screen we have a series of tabs where we've got templates and checklists, and you can see currently there are no checklists found. And if we click into templates, you will see that it again is blank and there is nothing found in the system. So what we want to do in this instance is look at how we can set up and create. So the way that the system works is that we must have a template created and then we use that to produce a checklist. So you can see under checklist, if I click in, you'll see there are none. I don't have an option to create a checklist. The checklist has to be generated from a pre-existing template. So I'm going to click back into template. So today I'm going to take you through both options. One of importing a template from existing data, and then the second option to create a new. So let's start from scratch, and let's say we're going to create a brand new template. So you simply click the button, and in here we can create the template. So it's pretty simple. You just follow the fields. So we have a title. So let's say this is a BIM 360 surgery inspection template. This can be for whatever you need this checklist to be, and we just call it this. You can give it a description. This is a template, and then you have a type. So this list goes back to the settings within your BIM 360 project management. And in this instance, I'm going to say, okay, this is going to be a quality checklist as I'm checking and snagging off this particular project. One thing to note is that when we create a template and a checklist, is that it's automatically linked to the issue settings. So as we are going through in a checklist and we find something that, let's say, is non-compliant or not completed, BIM 360 can then auto-create the issue. So if we find something, let's say, is not done within this checklist, we can say, if we check the defaults for issue settings, I can say, okay, if I find something that's not correct, I can get BIM 360 to automatically create the issue type for me. So in this instance, I can say, I'm going to scroll down, this is a quality observation. I'm going to assign all these to myself. And I can actually say if there is an owner or not. Now you don't have to assign an assignee. You can just leave that blank and you can let the system fill that out if you wish. But again, I'm going to say in this instance, I'm going to assign everything to myself. What we can then do is have this little tick box here to say that auto create for non-conforming response. So if the response is no, not, I can say the issue will automatically get generated based upon that position. So I click save. And you'll see that this will auto allow me to create. So I can tick it off if I don't want it. If I tick it on, you will see that it's a quality and then it's an assignee of myself. You can have this little button here which will allow you to assign the issue to assignees as you're creating it in the checklist. So if that's on, you can then automatically allow adding extra people as the assignee. If it's off, all issues will just get assigned to myself. And I'm going to say that on completion of the checklist, it must have a signature. So the person doing it will be required to sign off that particular checklist once they've completed all the tasks within it. So pretty simple, inspection template, and then we click next. So this is like a module builder. It allows you to build the sections, and then you have the items within a section. So we could go, and I'm going to do sort of build a very quick room inspection template. So I've got some pre-existing data that I'm just going to show you. So I've got a basic checklist that I've sort of just transcribed and built up. So if I click into my surgery and I click 26, you can see that I've got a very simple Excel file split into different rooms, and then I've just sort of noted out some of the issues that I would want. So you can see that in bedroom 1, you can see I've got that the ceiling is free of plaster. So what I can do is copy that back to 360, and I could say this is a checklist for the section bedroom 1. Then I've got a new item. So in here I can then paste my particular checklist item, and you can use the X or the tick to save it. Then you have the conformance type. When you select the drop down, you will see that you can have this set up as these. So you can have yes and no, true and false, pass, fail, plus, minus, multiple choice, checkboxes, text, or numeric. So to keep it pretty simple, I'm just going to go that this is a simple yes or no. So I'm in the room. Is it free of plaster defects? Yes, no, non-applicable. And then you can see that because we set the checklist type up to auto-create the issue, so if it non-conforms, i.e. a no or non-applicable, it will auto-create that issue. So I then go and add a new item. Again, I'm just going to click back into my Excel sheet and quickly copy a piece of text. And we say, is the skirting joints fitted neatly? Again, that's a yes or no. And you see the principle, you simply keep adding your checklists. So I'm just going to add 2 or 3 in here, and you can see that is done. When you have got your items added, you can click the 3 dots, so you can add descriptions, you can attach file, you can set as optional. So if that's set as optional, currently everything is defaulted and must be completed. You've got move to section and then delete. So that is section 1. So bedroom 1. If I want to add a new section, you can see that I can click into bedroom 1, I can rename it, change the issue settings, and I can add before or after. So if I click into bedroom 2, so this is the new section, and I can say, let's say this is the ensuite. And then if I go to my Excel, I've got slightly different, so let's take some different items. We don't want to add a new section, so I'm just going to delete. So add a new item. Is it floor free from squeaks and damage? Add a new item, and I'm just copying and pasting. You can just type these in as you want. And all is pretty good. So you can then see I've got template outline on the left, bedroom 1, ensuite, and you can just keep adding as many sections as you want. Then you have a required signature section. So this is when somebody completes the checklist. We are saying that who needs to sign it, so I can actually specify who needs to do it. So I can add in 2 signatures, or whether 1 or 2 is required, but I'm just going to leave it at 1. And then we are pretty good. So you can see here, you can just build the checklist any way that you want. And once you're finished, you can keep adding. You can see the previous section, next section, previous, and you can just skip and navigate around the checklist. So once the checklist is complete, you simply click publish, and that will then publish it in as a template. You can see it now exists. You can see at the top it will tell you it's been saved, and we can then start to access it. So you can see that we have our inspection template created. You can click into it again and you can edit, so it will take you back into the edit mode where you can add new items, modify and change, and then if we save, we take it back out. To create a checklist from the template, you can simply click create checklist, and what this will do, it will take the template and move it into the checklist tab. So you can see here then it takes the same name, so I'm just going to say this is plot 1 inspection checklist. So now that the inspection checklist is published, you will see it's now got an item that says not started. So whether you're using the field app or whether you are using the desktop, you can then start to use it. So I've also got my phone with me, and I've just refreshed the screen, and the checklist now appears. So what I'm going to do is, I'm on my phone, I'm going to click in, and I'm just going to do a dummy run of this. So I can do the same on the screen here. I can actually just fill it in and click yes, and that will then fill in on my phone as well. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to click no. If I just refresh this page, you will see that the checklist will update. So you can see already that is now no, but you will see that it is auto created an issue. That is because we set the system to auto create. So on my phone, I can just take a picture as well. And I can attach it to the issue if I click into the issue. So we're utilizing both mobile technology and the app. And I'm just attaching that to the issue. And just open it up again. You can see that I now have added a picture of some skirting board in my office. So you can see whether I'm using mobile or web technology. So I can say that this is now okay. So you can see that once I get through the 3 items, all items are completed. I can click done. That will update. And then I can go to the next section, which is the ensuite, and I'm just going to do it here on the screen, so you can go yes, yes, yes. Everything is done. You can see that all sections are completed. Submit the required signatures. So I'm just going to go show signatures, and I just fill it out. And I can do the same on the, so I'm just going to sign it on my phone. Very badly. Checklist complete. And I can just not go home, but just refresh. And you'll see that I have badly signed the checklist as completed. So that's the basic principle of how we can create a template, push it into a checklist, and then actually complete the checklist. So if I close out of that, let's go back to templates. So you will see that when we created it from scratch. But we also have the ability to create a new template. So I'm just going to click back, and I'm going to use this import button. So this allows me to import from an Excel sheet, or if I've got the classic field, you can import the information from there. So in this instance, I'm going to go through the importing of the template from an Excel sheet. So if I click next, you will see that import file should be formatted as described, and you can download the sample. I've already downloaded the sample, and you can see it downloads as a checklist template. So I click into it, and let's have a look and see what it says. So this is the BIM 360 downloaded template. So it's pretty simple. I know there's a lot of information on the screen, but it's pretty simple to understand. What you have in column 1 or column B is a template name. You can see that this forms the name of your template. So if that name is there, that's what's going to be created in 360 here. So that's the title. Then you have the type of template, so that will be a quality, so that will then put all the issues into quality. Then you have the section name. You see here it's called first section, and then onto the response type you put it as section. So to show you this in action, if we want to create a template really quickly from all the items on my Excel sheet, so I would go, so this is all my items from bedroom 1, so I can click in, and I'm going to call this BIM 360 surgery, and just learn to spell. So I'm just going to call it imported template. I'm going to rename it as a quality, and this one is going to be bedroom 1. And the key thing here is under the bedroom one, I'm going to ensure that that is still as a section. And then I'm going to click into below bedroom one and paste. So I'll just copy my information again. And I'm going to paste it. So you can see it's just simply copy paste. I'm going to drag this field down so that is all the same, and the same for quality. And what I'm going to do here is under the yes, no and true, I'm simply just going to drag that to there. So that means that every response type is yes, no, non-applicable. You'll see above you've got the other ones if you need to change it. I'm going to take out any answers or non-conforming answers. So that basically is bedroom 1 done. If we click into the ensuite, again I can copy all the information, and I'm going to go below, align what I've got, and then in here I'm going to copy this top heading, which is the section header. So I copy and then I paste, and I change the title to ensuite, and then I'm just going to copy this information here, and I'm going to again ensure that all the responses are done there. And then I'm just going to drag this down. So you can see how easy it can be to build a template. So if you've got it all existing on Excel, copy and paste. So I'm just going to save as. And I'm just going to call it the surgery template, and I click save. So now that I've got, so the way that it works is you have a template name, a type, the item name, and if you set it to section, that will create the section. Then everything else is response types. So we close that down. We can close our data set down, and all you do in here is we go to browse, and if we browse to our BIM 360 surgery, so we go to marketing 360 surgery, and we choose our surgery template. We click open, then import. So with that file correct, you'll see that it will process and take some time. Click close, and then BIM 360 will shortly create a new template type. It will email me when it's done, but we will just let this run for a second or two. I'll just refresh and see if I can speed it up. And there you go. You can see that we've got the BIM 360 imported template. So I can now go, you will see that there is 66 items this time. I can create a checklist. And I'm now going to go plot 2. And if I use my phone, I can quickly go through and just quickly tick all the issues. And if I just refresh the page, so you can see that I've went through and I've ticked on and off where stuff is yes, no, non-applicable. And I'll quickly do the same for the second room, for the ensuite. And that is everything complete. So you can see it and click into the ensuite. And I'll just refresh. So you can see all sections have been completed. Would I like to complete the checklist? Click yes, and there we are done. So you can see I can scroll bedroom 1, 2, ensuite, and everything is complete. You can then click into issues, and because we have the auto create issues on, you will see that it's now creating all the issues as and how we need them. So that's pretty much it. That's a brief explanation of how to build and create your own templates, push them into a checklist, then complete the checklist, and it will auto create the issues and do everything that you need to snag or safety or whatever you need the system to do. So thank you very much for joining me. I am running another surgery next week. There's a small change. It will not be on the Friday because I'm on holidays, but I will be running it next Thursday. So feel free to join me for that, and I'll see you all next week, and hope you all have a great weekend. See you soon.